talk about real quick. First thing I want to talk about is wind. Actual wind. What is wind? How is it that we can feel wind, hear wind, but yet we can't touch it, we can't grab it, we can't capture it? What is air? What is air and why can't we see it? We can clearly feel it and we know it's there, but why can't we see it? It's a force, some weird force. It's weird. It's almost like a god, huh? It's like a spirit. It's literally like a spirit. It's like a ghost. Can you capture air? Can you put like air in a cage? Or more of the story is, what else is right in front of us that we can't see, that we never learned about? What's in front of us that we can't see? What other things in front of us? And that led me down the rabbit hole of, there's all type of shit in front of us that we can't see. We can't see radio waves. We can't see Wi-Fi. We can't see internet cables like Ethernet and shit. Let's talk about the things that are in front of us. The things that are in front of us is the things we can see. And the things that we can see, for some odd reason, the people that are creating them are bird box. It acts as if they can't see the cloud. Now, I really sat back and I thought about this. What I thought about is, how could... Alright, I'm going to use this term. Don't be offended when I say this, alright? Don't be offended when I say this. I don't want anybody to get offended. But how could... No, you know what? I don't even want to use that term because I don't want to offend nobody. So I'm going to dress it up nicely. How could a non-black person call someone a thug? How could a non-black person be mad at a kid for not being smart, a black kid for not being smart or not having an education? How could a non-black person be mad at fault a kid for growing up in the hood, becoming a gang member, and ending up doing something that could ruin his life. For some odd reason, these same people who point the fingers somehow magically forgot that they are the people who created the problem. And I find this shit amazing to me. I find it completely amazing that those people who created the problem are the people who point the finger the most. Another thing in the mix of all of this is religious segregation. All right. How come there's white churches and there's black churches and there's Chinese churches? Shouts out to my man, Mr. Cash, and we talked about this today. How come there's different types of churches, and why don't everybody go to the same church? Everybody praise the same God. I notice hardcore non-black Christians are pretty much KKK members. I've noticed that. I've noticed all non-black Christians. If you look, I'm gonna say this loud and clear, and I want y'all to really hear me when I say this. If you are a Christian, a hardcore believer, and you believe that God is who y'all say he is, which is a person that is going to come remove all the evil. If you are a non-black person and you believe in this, then you have to believe that you're going to die soon. You have to. You should be the furthest one away from the church. Because this guy killed people, kids, and all type of shit. Like, if you fucked up, like this same God that we believe in, if your great-great-great-grandparents fucked up, he gonna take it out on you too. This same God that we worshiping, you gotta think, we as humans are still paying the price for Adam and Eve. So if this God is who y'all say he is, then all of y'all niggas is about to die badly, like horribly. Like he's literally writing up a plan to destroy all of y'all. If this is the God that y'all say he is. So what I do in my life, I go to a lot of non-black churches. Y'all see me live one time in church. Y'all see me live a couple of times in church. But I go to a lot of non-black churches. And one thing I noticed that non-black churches never talk about is what's happening in the world today and what's been happening in the world. I notice every non-black church I go to, it's always about some personal shit. Oh, you know, Sister Deborah, Sister Kimberly, they never talking about what's happening in the world. They never talking about what's really happening. Police shooting, like if you was a non-black religious person, you would would be in church asking God, can you please pray for these innocent black people who are getting killed by police and shit for no reason? God, could we please pray that black people receive equal rights? You should be paying for this shit. Like, this type of shit you should be praying for. But I notice, when I go to all non-black churches, they never worried about that shit. They not worried about the real pain and suffering. They not worried about niggas who really out here suffering for real. And you want me to tell you why they not worried about that? Because this same Bible that they gave to us, this same Bible clearly states a slave should fear the slave master the same way you fear God. Who the fuck? Now wait. Before one of you dumb niggas say, Daylyt, you taking it out of context, please don't tell me I'm taking anything out of context, because 9 times out of 10, I read at a level that you can't comprehend. Okay? Please don't tell me that I'm taking anything out of context, because I read at a level that you can't understand. I understand words at a level that you don't understand. So, before you say that I'm taking it out of context and slave back then don't mean the same as a slave do now. Okay. But it still means a slave. It still means you must work for a nigga and you must fear a nigga from whooping your motherfucking ass if you don't get the job done. Servant, slave, maid, they're all the same. Servant, maid, slave, housekeeper, nanny, they're all the same. All of them. So inside this very book that we believe in, it literally gives them the right to beat us. Literally. Inside this same book that is religious, it gives them the right to go, well, you know, God, like, this is part of God's words. So we don't feel bad for treating anybody like this because it's in the book. When I think about this, and I think about religion, and I think about all of this shit, and I really have to tell myself this. Why when you go into churches, why when you go into churches, it ain't no like Arabic people, it ain't no like, it ain't no Arabic people, it ain't no Africans, ain't no black, ain't no nothing. It's just like, you know, you go in one of the churches with the big windows and shit, you just see like, Caucasian Roman looking niggas. And I'd be like, yo, if this shit was in the Middle East and Jerusalem and Upper Africa and Egypt and shit, like, what are y'all talking about? And this is where the problem kicks in at. This is where I say this shit is some other shit that we fight. Because the average person in church knows. They know. Like, you go to a non-black church, these niggas have to know that none of these people could have looked like this. None of these Moseses and none of them. They have to know that. Now, I know what y'all gonna say, well, they not black. Okay, I don't want them to be black. I don't want Moses to be black. I don't want Noah to be black. I don't want Job. I want at least make these niggas Middle Eastern. Jeez. At least. At least make a Middle Eastern, dog. Every church in America should have Middle Eastern niggas on the wall. At least. Let's say 605? This some other type of psychotic shit, bro. The fact that people know that these ain't how the people look from back in the days, and yet you still believing in that, like, there's some other type of shit, bro. It ain't weird, bro. There's some other type of shit. Like, man, this shit said, who was that was stranded in the desert for 40 days? Who was it, Red? One of them niggas? It took some niggas 40, some time to cross Egypt. Which one of them? Was it Moses? What nigga it took him, it took him like 40 some days to cross. Who was that? It was Moses, right? So Moses, you mean to tell me a Caucasian nigga was walking through the desert for you out your fucking mind? That nigga would have been dead as a bitch. You mean to tell me a Caucasian nigga was walking through the hot desert for 40, man, you crazy. There wasn't no suntan lotion back then. There was no suntan lotion back then. No, it was not. It was not no suntan lotion. You would have been dead. And if you didn't die, you would have been black as a bitch. Any Caucasian nigga walk through the desert for 40 days, bitch, you gonna look like Samuel Jackson when you get to your destination. You gonna get to the end of this motherfucking desert. Any non-black nigga walk through the desert for 40 days, bitch, you gonna look like Bobby Smurda when you done. You a hot nigga, for real. Bruh. All I'm saying is this. To all my non-black people in here. To all my non-black. All right, look, do we got any Christian people in here? Anybody religious? Cause I know I've been so woke, nigga, the religious niggas don't never come in my shit no more. But we got any Christians in here? And I'm not talking about black Christians. I'm talking about we got any Caucasian and Asian Christians in here? Anybody? All right. If you a non-black Christian, do you really believe that those people in the Bible is Caucasian? Like, I really want to know this. I really want to know, in your mind, do you believe that Moses and all them was Caucasian? I really need to know. Cause like, look, there's a big ass church in Orange County. It's like a fucking mega church, bro. So me and my boy Fly Kid Chris shot a music video there, right? So I'm walking through the church and I'm just seeing nice white family statues, and I'm just like, so it's a picture of like a clean white boy on a horse. Like I'm talking about, the nigga look like Goku on a horse, right? And the little caption said, Moses as he traveled. Wait, how? Bro, this is a mega church in Orange County. How the fuck is that Moses? Bro, when I seen the little picture of Jesus and his family, I said, damn, bro, these niggas gotta be devil worshipers. They gotta be, bro. Like, this whole church is full of demons, right? You gotta think about the lie. Like, if this is a quote unquote place that is of the Lord, and you clearly lying, if this is a place of the Lord and you clearly lying, you gotta be a devil. You got to be. Bruh, that ain't Jesus, that ain't Mary, that ain't nigga, what's the Jesus stepdaddy name? What was his name? The nigga that was with Mary before God slid in her ass and been fucked. 605 North or South? We ain't making it. Back in the religious era is literally Caucasian people. Like, that ain't right, bro. And look, white people, I'm not saying that everybody should be black. I'm saying, nigga, make them at least Middle Eastern, nigga. Alright, at least make them look like Jewish, niggas. They should have beards and yarmulkes and shit. Bitch, if everything, Jesus should have a kufi on the back of his head. He was clearly Jewish. That nigga should have a beard with some sideburns. How the fuck? Bro, at least make him Jewish looking. Like, my nigga, like,